I have to do this video because my blood has been boiling all day. Now we all know Joe Budden. Joe says crazy things all the time. That's just Joe. But this man got on his podcast and said Martin Lawrence was never really a huge star. Take a look.
What?
Martin has never been a huge star.
You don't think Martin Lawrence?
I don't think that Martin Lawrence has ever been a huge star.
That's a good point.
I think that he's been blackballed. Huge star? No, I don't see that for Martin.
Yeah, you caught that.
Actually, I see the opposite.
You caught that.
So Martin Lawrence was not considered a huge star, even though he starred in like
Super popular, but he never starred really in his own
Yo,
shit.
even look at it.
He only had a
His
couple
show was
music-
on Fox.
Now, I'm not about to list all of the things that Martin Lawrence accomplished in his life, but we all can agree his biggest success came from the Bad Boys franchise. I don't know if y'all know, but Bad Boys was Martin's movie. They bought Bad Boys to Martin, and they wanted him to do it with Arsenio Hall. Martin said, no, I want to do it with that kid on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I want to do it with Will Smith. Martin brought Will into the movie. That's not Will Smith's movie. Bad Boys was the first action movie that Will Smith ever done. Martin brought Will in. Bad Boys is almost $1 billion franchise, and you cannot do Bad Boys without Martin Lawrence. If Will Smith wanted to take over that franchise and bring in another actor, it doesn't work. You get Bad Boys, and then Will Smith gets Independence Day, and he goes on a tear through Hollywood. But to even minimize the impact that Martin Lawrence had on us in the 90s up through the 2000s is just insane. At one point, Martin Lawrence was one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. Now, his career wasn't as long as Will Smith. Martin got into a little bit of trouble, and then he had some health issues. But to even insinuate that Martin Lawrence was not a huge star in the 90s is just crazy to me. Now, if this came from some young podcasters, I would understand. They probably didn't live through the 90s. But me and Joe are like the same age. We lived through that era. So for him to say that, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. And poor Melissa Ford, she tried to tell these men, but I mean, you know how it goes. And what's even crazy, they're still gonna make a Bad Boys 4 after Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock.